Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. September is Alopecia Awareness Month, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to share with you my hair loss journey, or my hair loss chronicles, if you will. And I'm going to be plugging in some pictures here and there throughout my adult life of how my hair was at that time. And of course, you know how it's been for the past 5 years. So I first had alopecia areata when I was 22 years old after the birth of my first child. It was just a patch in the back, and the doctor at the time had never even heard of it. He had to consult another doctor and they felt it was due to hormones from childbirth and so forth. And my hair did grow back in that spot, and a couple children later I did get alopecia areata again, but much worse, many more spots, hard to cover, and a lot of thinning on top. And I don't even know where I got this topper, but it was horrible. Horrible looking. And one day I had washed it, and it wasn't dry enough for me to put it on to go to work that evening. And so I put it in the clothes dryer. Well, you can imagine what happened to that topper. But I still wore it for quite a while after that, even though it was all frizzy and whatever. And then around the time when I was 40, I went to a wig shop, and I don't think actual toppers were a thing back then. Not like the toppers nowadays, where you have full coverage on top of your scalp. So they actually had to kind of make a topper for me, and it had these huge square-like wefts on the top. And the theory was there was some hair attached to those wefts, but not enough. And the theory was that I would pull my natural hair through the squares and it would blend in with my natural hair. The topper would blend in with my natural hair. Well, it didn't really cover the wefts. I didn't have enough hair to cover the wefts. Hello. So I did wear that topper for a while, but I wore it a lot with a headband to cover the top of my head because the wefts were visible. And then in 2021 is when I lost all of my hair for the first time. And that's what brought me to, I had already been working on my health at that time, but that really brought me to a functional medicine practitioner. And she did a lot of testing, and through the testing we found that I had a couple autoimmune things going on besides the eczema that I've had since I was 3. Now I had mold toxicity and Lyme disease. So my body was just saying time out. Can't handle all this stuff going on, and we're not going to grow hair. So we made a lot of changes and added some medications and supplements, and also along the years I tried minoxidil, and before that, when I was having the alopecia areata, dermatologist was doing cortisone injections in my scalp, which were not fun. And I don't know that, I think that kind of helped, but it was temporary, and left some depressions in my scalp, which they did go away. So after I saw the functional medicine doctor, a few months later, my hair started growing back, and enough that I was able to have a pixie. But that didn't last very long. I completely lost my hair again, and it hasn't grown back since then. So that's when I decided to try wigs, and my first attempt at wigs failed. I didn't know what I was doing, and of course, being the budget shopper that I am, I was shopping on Amazon and buying the cheaper wigs that really didn't look realistic. And I didn't know enough to help them, help the wigs look realistic. Then I wore hats for a year, and in the meantime was doing a lot of research and was just like a big sponge, just learning as much as I could about wigs and wig wearing and how to make them look more natural, and on and on. And I'm still learning. But the catalyst to me actually diving into wigs again was when my hospice patients were worried about me. They were worried about me. That was not okay. My dying patients should not be worried about me. So that's when I started wearing wigs again, and a few months later I started my YouTube channel, because I figured even if I just helped one person be more comfortable and encourage one person to know they're not alone, and help them along their hair loss journey and wearing wigs. So like many of you, wig wearing has been a game changer for me, and I wish I had started wearing them much sooner, or had success much sooner. It's for me, makes me feel normal again, brought me back my confidence and being able to go out into the world. And I applaud all the women out there with hair loss that feel confident enough to go out with their bald heads. I don't know that I will ever be one of those women. Although pretty much this is how I look when I'm around the house, but now that winter is coming, I'll be wearing hats a lot more when I'm home. I would love to hear your stories, your hair loss stories, and when you decided to wear wigs, what was your reasoning? I would love to answer any questions that you might have. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope in some way that it has been helpful for you. Please like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you did, and we will see you next time. Bye.